What's up, guys? It is the Bad Wolf. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for being here. All right, let's get into it. All right. This particular video is about the remittance process. Now, everybody keeps asking me about the remittance process and how it's done, how to endorse it. I already made a video on the endorsement code itself. But in today, speaking with a consult on the private side, it came up again and somebody had some questions, some of which I couldn't give specifics to because sometimes, well, you know, they don't want to let me or you read their books because then we would be able to do their job and that would cut out the middleman. So it makes sense. Let's take a look at what our AI spy had to say. So we're going to cover, allegedly, entertainment purposes, the remittance process. Let's take a look. You guys might find this interesting, and because everybody can use ChatGPT, you may have different results when you do and use your own. So let's just take a look. Let's put you guys on the path, shall we say. I myself am just a pathfinder. Let us begin. So here, this particular person I was working with asked, what is lockbox banking? Okay. So I'm going to let it read through what we talked about today. In one of our consultations,
Lockbox banking is a service offered by banks to help companies process payments more efficiently. In this system, customers send their payments to a special post office box, the lockbox, instead of directly to the company. The bank then collects these payments, processes them, and deposits the funds into the company's account. How it works. Customer payments. Customers mail checks to the lockbox address provided by the company. Bank collection. The bank retrieves the mail from the lockbox several times a day. Processing. The bank opens the mail, processes the payments, and deposits the funds directly into the company's account. Reporting. The bank provides the company with detailed reports, including digital copies of checks and payment information. Benefits. Speed. Payments are processed and deposited faster, improving cash flow. Efficiency reduces the need for in-house staff to handle payment processing. Security minimizes the risk of fraud or lost checks by limiting internal handling. Types. Retail lockbox, designed for high-volume, low-dollar payments, like utility bills. Wholesale lockbox, used for business-to-business payments, typically larger and fewer in volume. Would you like more details on how to set up lockbox banking or its costs? Are there any other variations to the term lockbox that you can share?
This is what I asked
there
it.
are several variations and related terms to lockbox in the context of banking and finance.
So if you notice, it didn't just out of the gate give me everything. I had to push it. I had said, are there any other variations? And then it gave it to me. So you'll find that it'll lie a little bit. Or it wants you to be more specific. How about that? We'll look at it that way. So in here, I noticed that it said remittance lockbox. And then it says specifically focus on processing remittance payments, invoices, bill payments. Oh, yeah. What do we have here now? So I then said, how do I properly, and what is the correct code or what to do with a utility bill remittance and include any information in regards to that and lockbox banking? What is the whole process step by step? it then proceeds to tell me a little bit about that process. And you guys can do the same here. I'm not going to go through all of this step by step because this is not the main part of it. But what I want to get to is this part down here. I said, how should I properly endorse, for entertainment purposes only, the front and back of a utility bill for the remittance process in regards to having the bill processed by the company, then to be redeemed by the Treasury under HJR 192 and or Public Law 73-10, and depict a sample of the properly endorsed utility bill. Now, listen to everything it says. You're gonna be able to catch as it strays a little bit from what I asked. And then, but watch how it corrects itself and gives me puts me deeper onto the path. Okay.
Endorsing a utility bill for remittance with the intention of redemption under HJR 192, House Joint Resolution 192 of 1933, or Public Law 73-10 involves complex legal and financial interpretations. These laws are often cited in arguments.
So what they're telling you right now is that they didn't say you couldn't do it. They just said that it's complex, legal, and financial, and it's subject to some interpretations. So it's kind of hiding what we want to do. Okay, but let's go on. I'm going to show you the good and the bad. So let's go. Let's listen.
Arguments related to the discharge of debts using government credit, but their application is widely disputed and not recognized by most financial institutions.
Not recognized is not the same thing as illegal. It's just most of them don't use this process. They don't know it. They don't do it on a daily basis. Do you see how that works? Nowhere in there did it say it's illegal and you will be arrested. It just says it's not recognized by most institutions. They don't do it that way.
Institutions. Legal context and caution. HJR 192, 1933, suspended the gold standard and declared that debts could no longer be paid in gold but with legal tender, U.S. dollars. Public Law 73-10 relates to the abrogation of gold clauses in contracts. There is no recognized legal process for discharging utility bills or other debts under these laws today.
Now we know that there are because these say that. But what they're saying here, they can kind of say here, there's no recognized legal process because there's no official way. They don't tell you how to do this specifically on the public side. So that means there's no standardized legal process. But we know that discharging bills, people have done it with a 1099-A, 1099-C. All right. And the proper way to do a remittance, which we're going to get into that, allegedly. This is all entertainment, okay? Entertainment. So let's keep going.
Today, most banks and utility companies will not accept or process remittances endorsed in this manner. I must stress that attempting to use these endorsements could result in rejection of the payment, late fees, or legal consequences. However, if you are exploring this for educational purposes, here's how it is typically presented by proponents.
So like I tell you guys, I would continue to pay your bills as normal. Otherwise, you're walking away from the table first, and that can be used against you. All right. Now they're saying, but for educational purposes, you like how I threw that in there? So now it's telling you this is how you could put this together. I asked it the front of the bill and or the front of the utility bill and the back of it way up top. It's just now getting back to this. So let's see what it has to say.
Proponents. How to endorse the utility bill. Front of the bill. Write accepted for value at the top or bottom of the bill. Signature and date. Sign your name in blue ink to signify an original document.
So now we know that blue means this is the original document, which is why we say the wet ink. Okay. Now, it's not going to tell you that blue also means that you're in the water doing business under your own flag, but from their basic legal perspective, it just means that this is the original document. They don't talk about the deeper meanings to things because that's most of that is lost to antiquity. And because it's been lost to antiquity, which just means long time ago, they will only regard the official uh, terminology and description of said you know, blue ink, you know, in general. So anyway, let's just keep going, keep going.
Document. Date the endorsement. Include U.C.C. Uniform Commercial Code references. Some include phrases like accepted for value, exempt from levy or cite U.C.C. 1 to 308 or U.C.C. 3 to 419. Back of the bill, endorsement area. Endorsement statement. PGSQL. Copy. Edit. Pay to the order of the United States Treasury without recourse by your signature, authorized representative date, MM/DD/YYYY. Include your legal name and account number as it appears on the utility bill. UCC clauses, optional. All rights reserved UCC 1 to 308. Exempt from levy UCC 3 to 419.
Keep in mind that when you do this on the front, or you do the other part on the front, you do not want to write over anything. Watch my other video on how to properly endorse an instrument, which comes from, oh man, I think it's CFR, forgot the code, but just made a video on it. So go and check that one out and utilize that, which is basically going to be the same thing as this on the back, but the front of it, make sure that you do not write on any other information, cover any information, none of that. It cannot do it. All right. Some people make a stamp out of these things, and that is probably the way to go. But do you have to? No. You can probably print one off on your computer. You just want to make sure that you abide by it. So here it's giving a depiction. All right, something just talked to me. Not sure what that was. Oh, that's cool. Of the front of the utility bill and the back of the utility bill, the endorsement area. This right here is your business. All right. You can even copy it right here, print it on your computer, or create your own stamp. Remember, this is all education and entertainment. If it's not done this way, one of the reasons why people are having problems. I will put myself out there. Last year I did one, and I haven't done one in years when they were easily accepted. Now they're more tight with it. They want it perfect. And my response back from them was, you did not properly endorse this because I didn't do it this way. I did the old school way. As education, just saying. Now, as it says here, utility companies generally do not recognize and accept these types of payments because people don't normally discharge these things this way. You might receive a non-payment, so you want to continue to make your stuff paid. All right. And of course, legal disclaimers all apply to all this stuff. Moving along. I asked it about what is the correct address or lockbox location to send remittances to a specific company. It gave me a couple addresses as options. I said, who should I send remittance to and what would the department be called? And they said that there's a payments processing or remittance processing department. Each name may vary on the type of account or the company. Remittance processing department or accounts receivable is another name for this that you can ask. You can contact them or use ChatGPT or go on their internet, email them, whatever else, and find the name of or the address by asking, what's your remittance process department or your accounts receivable? If you're doing such. Now, to some people, this video is just a video, but some people who've been out there asking me for it, here it is. All right. Once we broke this information, now we're bringing it to the public side for those people who want to, for educational purposes, do educational and informational things. So for some people out there, once again, this is going to be gold. All right, guys, I appreciate you. As always, do not operate as a belligerent combatant. Ask questions. Do not ever make demands. And be careful with your processes. Always double check. If you're not sure of something, ask ChatGPT about the process. Ask it, can I use a 1099-A with this form or whatever else to do this, and see what it says. Do not just take somebody's YouTube video and they ain't showed you no process. They talk about it. They don't say they've done it themselves. They don't show you no bank account, no reply from the IRS, no reply from the state, no reply from the city, the county, or whatever else. But all these things. That's why before I make a video and I've done the process, if I haven't, I tell you guys, I have not done this. This is education. If I've done it, well, I'm still going to call it education. But like here in my video, you can see on my floor, I've got things cock-locked and ready to rock. And then I do them. And then I show you guys these things. I've got one process right now that's 2 and 3 years in the making, and they just got back to me yesterday. You have to be patient with some of these things. It takes time. And I would prefer to take 2 or 3 years to learn a commercial process and do it the right way than to guess or hope or trust some random person with YouTube. Do you think that crazy people just went away? No, some people are out there making videos and they have mental health issues. Some people think their processes are right or good and they're wrong. Some people out there are agents and work for certain other people to put out misinformation. And some people, they're trying new things and they're not wrong, but they're not wrong, but they may not be 100% right. And always remember, there are processes that are subject to legal interpretation. So be careful, especially when it comes to something financial, because that's where they can get you if you're not doing things the correct way. But we've got more videos coming. Hit that bell, like, subscribe, support your boy. Support me on YouTube under the Badwolf Media channel. Support me on TikTok. People on TikTok who are already over there showing me a lot of love. I appreciate you. And these videos are for all of you guys as entertainment purposes only. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for supporting the wolf. Be cool like a fool in a swimming pool. And I'll talk to you later.